वीर सीज़न 3 का फुल एपिसोड है, जिसमें हम एपिसोड 10 के प्रोमो के बारे में बात करेंगे। और उसी प्रोमो में जो दिखाया जाता है कि किस तरह आगिल बालवीर के लिए एक जाल बिछाती है, जिसमें वो काशवी को मिलते ही फट जाएगा। अगर आप सबसे पहले सीज़न 3 के एपिसोड्स देखना चाहते हैं तो मैजिक वर्ल्ड को सब्सक्राइब कर दें और इस वीडियो को लाइक कर दें, ताकि अगले सीज़न 3 के फुल एपिसोड्स आपके पास सबसे जल्दी आएँ। तो इस एपिसोड को शुरू करते हैं। Today's episode is an interesting episode, or it is probably the most interesting episode of Balveer Season 3 by Magic World. And of course, we are 140 episodes in, and we actually have a lot of different episodes regarding the Balveer universe for the Balveer universe. And of course, it isn't limited to episode 3, or actually Season 3 of episode wait a second. So season 3 is not limited to Magic World. We have the possibilities of adding more seasons or going back to the previous seasons as well. Now the main topic and what we are going to start off this episode with is Balveer season 3 episode 10's promo, which will definitely be released sometime later, of course. And tomorrow is going to be the release of the official episode 9 on Sony Sub and Sony Live. Well, actually only on Sony Live and on the TV channels of Sony Sub, because they're not going to release it officially on any platform other than Sony Live, just to gather their own views and some money that they want. Now, what episode 10, the promo of episode 10 shows us, and of course it is the promo of episode 10, it shows us Kashvi seeing her mother in public, and Balveer is with Kashvi, and for some reason this is probably an experiment, or this is definitely a trap set by Agil, as she has said before. And whenever Kashvi touches Balveer, if Kashvi just gives a simple touch to Balveer, he will explode. So this is the plan that Agil came up with, and of course it really is something that really is intriguing, and we are definitely going to see more development of Balveer and Kashvi's ship and their relationship. So of course it will be titled as Kashveer, and of course we are really excited to see what it goes through and how it will be compared to Debanya, the ship of Debu and Ananya. And of course that's pretty much about it, because they haven't really given us any more clue about what episode 10 might look like. And of course we're going to see the promo of episode 10 coming up next, likely to be released tomorrow. It's not even likely, it is confirmed, because after episode 9 is aired, episode 10's coming up next will be released. Now of course there is a lot of new information regarding Balveer season 3 that is out, and most of it is definitely on the Instagram accounts of our favorite characters and our favorite accounts. Now of course the very first thing that is probably the most important to Balveer fans is Balpari. So yes, Balpari is definitely, now of course it isn't confirmed by anyone, but our sources and our predictions and theories suggest that Sharmili Raj is definitely going to come back, or of course she is definitely coming back to Balveer season 3, and of course we are going to see her in the new show. Now of course this might be a page that is only you can say that is just is a fan page, but of course it is definitely having a lot more closure and closeness to Sharmili Raj. And of course we know that Dev Joshi confirmed, or we can say he hinted at Sharmili Raj being his best friend, and of course she will definitely be coming in a new role, and Sharmila Raj posted herself asking that she was just curious, and the question is, would you rather have Sharmila Raj back to the show as a new character or as Balpari? Of course, everyone loves Balpari, but considering the fact that Balveer is not the son of Balpari here in season 3, it really tilts everyone off, because that's the one thing that Balveer got his name after, and not having Balpari was probably a huge mistake, because Balveer was named Balveer due to Balpari. So Balpari not being here in the show was definitely something that they didn't think through, or they probably didn't watch episode 3 of Balveer, the original show. Now, the next disappointing news that we are about to deliver is going to be, well, it is expected, but then again, they should have known about it. Now, we have a very disappointing TRP of the 14th week of Balveer season 3. And first of all, we're gonna go through all of the other show TRPs. And the number 1 TRP that is sitting at the very top is Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma with 1.6, Bagle Ki Duniya with 0.8, Pushpa Impossible with also 0.8, Dhruv Tara with 0.6, Dil Diyan Gallan with 0.5, Madam Sarah with 0.4, Ali Baba Chapter 2 with 0.3, and then we have Balveer tanking and really just synced at the bottom with a 0.2 TRP. Now, of course, this is definitely something that is really disappointing, and it is really alarming for Balveer fans, because some people might say that they have, you can say that they are still pushing the filming and all of the other stuff in the production and everything. But if the TRP isn't good, then all of this is going to scrap, and they are going to just turn it off air, and then we are going to cry as we have done before, which is definitely something that no one wants for their favorite show. But then if they don't care what the fans want, then why should any of the fans care what show they watch? So this TRP is definitely really disappointing, and we predicted that this TRP will go lower, and of course it is going lower. Now, of course, there are a lot of things that are the factors, and there are a lot of factors that affect this TRP. Now, one thing that Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma did was completely taking all of the episodes out from Sony Sub, and Neela Telefilms, I believe, is the company behind Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma, and they made their own channel where they would, you can say, upload teasers first and then full episodes. No more 10 episode botched episodes of of their shows, unlike Balveer Returns, Balveer season 3, and other Sony Sub shows that do this, that botch their own shows just to have some sort of money to lure the fans in Sony Live, which they don't even. So this is the thing here. We know that there is probably a ratio of 80:20 or something like that, or not even 20 actually, 90:10. That ratio is for YouTube views and Sony Live views. Now, of course, Sony Live definitely gathers some views, but not all. And if all Balveer fans reside and use YouTube as their main source for watching, or main platform for watching their favorite show Balveer, then why would you fumble this bag and just disperse your own fandom and your own audience into different platforms like Sony Live, and then this 10-minute episode or watched teaser of your freshly out episode, which just takes all the views that aren't even needed, because that 10-minute episode is definitely something that is not in any favor of your new show, because the official episode holds the most credit, and of course no one's gonna watch episode a 10-minute teaser after like a week or so. So the most memorable thing that will be left of the legacy of this show, Balveer season 3, is going to be the full episodes that will have their own playlists, and people and fans can watch it from there. And of course YouTube is not gonna suggest these half episodes to anyone, because YouTube knows that fans love to watch full episodes of Balveer or any other show. So we really hope that they actually see this through and just follow Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma in production and how they do their rollouts with their new episodes, which is still going really good considering the fact that they are just, they have replaced more than half of the cast with the new cast members, which of course is something that everyone complains. Now of course, how the TRP is so stable for Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma can only be answered with one theorized reply and an answer to that really famous and infamous question, which is that they air their old episodes on Sony Sub, and that gathers a lot of TRP and a lot of ratings for their audience. Now of course, airing the old episodes is literally the same as airing the new episodes. It has ads, it plays for an hour, it completes the episode, there are no cuts. It is literally the same. It is, some would say that it is like going back in time where the old episodes would air. So they just have this really binge timing bit for fans and for really families and locals to watch these old episodes of Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma on their TVs at the morning time, and especially at the morning time. So while binge watching these episodes, they gain a lot of TRP points, which is something that we suggested Balveer should do. And of course, the only thing that they understood by that was just airing the episodes prior to the fresh and the new episode. So we would definitely see episode 8, and that half an hour would be used for episode 8, the previous episode. So of course on Saturday we will see episode 8 airing on 6:30 p.m. and then on 7 p.m. we will see episode 9 on Sony Sub. So this isn't something that was needed. What we needed was a full run of episode all of the respective episodes, or you can say a specific number, like for example, if episode 1 was to air on 18th March at 7 p.m, then episode 1 of Balveer season 1 and episode 1 of Balveer Returns should have aired prior to that episode. So it would really form some sort of a connection to the Balveer fans, and they would give more time to their own show. So episode 1 of Balveer season 1 would air on 6 p.m, and then episode 1 of Balveer Returns would air on 6:30, because they are really the same amount, or they could just cut out some bits to make it more you can say asserting, wait, is it the word, or just fixing their timing, and that timing would be helpful if there are no ads. But then again, we need those ratings to really skyrocket the TRP. And then after the 2 episodes have aired on 7 p.m., we would see our episode 1. So this was our plan that was suggested by us, and they really didn't think it through, and now here we are sitting at the lowest of the TRPs of any show, considering that this show is just new. But then again, the factors that we were discussing that the other day with our previous episode, that the show itself and how the plots are going on, and how fans have to wait a whole 5 days for a new episode, or you can say a whole week or 6 days, whatever. So for a whole 6 or 5 days, your fans have to wait, and then what you deliver them is the same plot. This isn't something that has happened with the previous shows, which is just mind-boggling. Why wouldn't they just watch the episodes, watch the shows that would only air 2 episodes per week? This is nothing that Khichdi did. Khichdi, which is really famous for being a really comedy-filled family drama. Well, it isn't really family, but it has those really dark and edgy jokes. And it had a new plot every episode. And it was probably 40 minutes long, so that was something that was really special about it. And of course, it really didn't have that much of a long run in airing the episode, and they probably couldn't finish 50 episodes. But you can say the reason that we're talking about this, and we can say the main topic of this conversation, is that they had new plots that fans would love to see, and the promo that they showed would give us a hint, or we can say just a teaser. And that promo is actually a teaser. A teaser is not 10 minutes long. That's what we are talking about. So that promo would be helpful for the next episodes, and that format was really good. And if Balveer's fan base is so big, then we assure the showrunners that their show will not stop if they actually adapt the format of the shows that have been aired before. Now, comparing the TRPs, both offline TRP and online TRP. Now, the offline TRP consists of the TV channels and where it is officially aired on television, and the online TRP is the combined TRP of all the you can say views and the audience of Balveer season 3 only on YouTube and Sony Live, and probably all the other platforms that they air, or if there are third parties that they have collaborated with to air the episodes of Balveer season 3 where Sony Live is not you can say not allowed or not published yet or not released yet. So the first week TRP was it was also a disappointment, but it was more than the second week. Now the first week TRP was 0.4, and then the second week TRP was 0.3, and now we are sitting at 0.2 in the third week, and we are going down by 0.1, so 0.1 TRP points are being deducted by the fans or by their own mistakes. So this is definitely on them. This is what they did, and fans should not be blamed about this. And the online TRP of week 12 was 1.5, which was, of course, it was probably the end of the tracking week on 18th March. And then on week 13 we had 22 points, and it was added 20 plus points, 20 plus 20.5 actually were added. So from 1.5 we jumped straight at 22, and week 14 is also 22. It is stable, what does it tell us? It tells us that fans, the majority of Balveer fans, are on YouTube and are online other than offline. So this should ring the bells, and they should have some sort of influence. This TRP chart should have some sort of influence to the showrunners and to the directors and to the productions and to the producers, to make them understand that this show is going downhill if it doesn't, you can say, retract from the current adaptation that they have taken. We have no idea where from, and whoever is responsible for the marketing of Balveer season 3 should be replaced by someone who is a professional at it, which is definitely something that, well, of course it is going to favor their own show, but it is something that is desperately needed for this show's survival, which we really hope they really find something to do about this show, because everyone is really concerned about this really show. And if this show flops or is gone off air or is just directly cut off from uploading any more new episodes, then we have no hope for the legacy of Balveer season 3 or Balveer season 3 as a Balveer universe as a whole. So we really hope that they do listen to their fans and what their fans have to say, because fans are the only thing that are keeping this show together and keeping the lights of the Balveer season 3 cast and crew members turned on. Subscribe our channel and watch these Balveer episodes only on Magic World, where new Balveer episodes are daily uploaded with new ideas, only for the true Balveer fans who want to experience the wonders of Balveer that are brought to you by Magic World. Take care of yourself and be happy.